All right, so Tony, how did you sleep last night?
I sometimes don't sleep long enough, but I always sleep great, so I slept great.
Okay, I love that answer. Very positive. You're one of the lucky ones because 50 to 70 million Americans struggle with sleep disorders, and around 1/3 of adults don't get enough uninterrupted Z's. I feel like I'm in and out all night. Maybe that's because of the kids, or I don't know. But there is something you can do about it, and it might surprise you because sleep can actually be improved with better eating. And there are really specific things you can do to improve your sleep based on what you eat. There's a book called Eat Better, Sleep Better, and it is packed with practical tips and recipes that help promote a better night's rest. Dr. Marie-Pierre St-Onge is a nutritionist, a nutrition scientist, and the co-author of the book. Welcome, doctor. We're so glad to have you here. So when I first got the book, I thought to myself, eating and sleeping? Like, what? Really? Because we do a lot of things about sleep, and you get the blackout curtains and other things. But why is there such a direct link between what we eat and how we sleep?
Right, well, it's a vicious cycle or a healthful cycle, depending on how you look at it, right? So how you sleep at night influences what you choose to eat during the day, the next day. When we have poor sleep at night, we often tend to gravitate over more snack-type foods, less healthy
Muffins,
foods.
definitely muffins for me.
Higher
Yes.
fat, higher sugar, typically, right? And those types of foods tend to lead to poor sleep at night. But the good news is, if you have a healthful diet during the day, so higher fiber, less saturated fat, more fruits and vegetables and whole grains, that can lead to better sleep at night. And then when you have better sleep at night, it's easier to make healthful choices the next day.
One of the recommendations in the book is choose fiber. What are some easy ways people can choose fiber?
More fruits and vegetables, more legumes, so your chickpeas, white navy beans, black beans, more whole grains like barley, buckwheat, oats. Choosing the brown side of things, so brown rice, brown whole wheat pasta instead of the white.
So there's a key ingredient, because we've seen a lot of these foods that have been recommended for forever, that people should have. But you said there's a key ingredient called, help me here, tryptophan.
Tryptophan. This is famous on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. It's people say it makes you tired on Thanksgiving. What is tryptophan? How does it help with melatonin? And if there's one food that people should maybe know about that can help them, what would it be?
So everybody thinks about turkey when they think about tryptophan. Tryptophan is a component or a piece of a protein, basically. So protein foods will have tryptophan, but the important thing to note about this specific component is that it's what melatonin is made from. So you need tryptophan to be able to make melatonin. Melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. And the important thing about tryptophan is that we can only get it from food. It's not something that our bodies can produce. And so foods that contain melatonin include obvious turkey, but also other foods like salmon and chicken, different types of fish, some grains, pistachios, walnuts.
And you say in the book that just eating these foods high in tryptophan is not enough. You have to kind of do it strategically.
Right, so you need to have some carbohydrates to help the tryptophan get to the brain to produce melatonin.
So, but not like cake, like a...
Not like cake, no. Like the whole grains.
Yes, the grains we just talked about.
Complex carbohydrates.
You hear a lot of conflicting information out there about when people should eat their last meal and how big it should be. Do you recommend eating a big meal at breakfast and then a lighter meal at dinner, or is a big meal at dinner fine?
Right, so for heart health and better overall health, it's better to front load our calories, so having more food or bigger meals earlier in the day and smaller meals later in the day. But at the same time, for better sleep, you don't want to go to bed hungry. So making sure that your last meal is light, but not too light that you're...
How many hours before lights out?
Typically, the recommendation is about three hours.
Did your sleep improve when you wrote this book, and or after knowing? I know you've been researching this for your whole career, but how well do you sleep?
I sleep very well. Yeah. I tend to have a very regular schedule. That's something else too. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, and then having a healthy diet. Exercising is also very important for healthy sleep too.
All right, I'm going to look for a recipe for dinner tonight. Family, you've been warned. Dr. Marie-Pierre St-Onge, thank you so much. The book is Eat Better, Sleep Better, and it is available now.
It's got a 28-day meal plan. Check it out.